Welcome to my Payday 3 analysis video. This is coming from someone who has a lot of time into Payday 2. I put 1,680 hours into it, and I put a substantial amount of time into the third game. So checking out the first trailer for Payday 3, this heist just looks boring, okay? I'm not saying Payday 2 had better heists than Payday 3, but we went from 4 stores to an Amazon warehouse. After 10 canonical years of heisting, the Payday gang is now stealing a crypto wallet from FaZe Banks. To rob FaZe Banks, you need to create a VIP badge. We need to create one. Why don't we just, buy one with all the money that we had in the cutscene directly before this heist? In Payday the Heist, right here.
These codes cost us $1 million. Someone's a dead man.
These codes cost us $1 million. Someone's a dead man. We had the budget to go, get something, but not anymore in Payday 3. Why can't we just buy the VIP card in pre-planning? In Payday 2, the bouncer would let us right into the club. We were on the list. But in Payday 3, we have to create a VIP card. It doesn't make sense. Even an objective this loud sucks. Looking at this video here.
Hello, me in the future. Apologies for the bad mic,
right?
but check this out, okay?
The door's locked. You need a key card right here, right?
Think you could
and
go through this vent?
maybe you could go in through this vent through this here, but it's blocked. You have to place down a drill and wait for a minute for you to get inside. It doesn't make sense. This objective is stupid. Why do you need a VIP card? This thermite on Touch the Sky, right here, this thermite right here, is used to open up this wooden door. But why do we need thermite? Can't we just use explosives or anything else? Why do we need bile to drop in thermite? Why can't we bring thermite with us? Why do we wait 2 minutes for thermite? This objective makes no sense. Why are we cleaning jewelry on dirty ice? Cops are shooting at us and we're busy cleaning jewelry? Why don't we just do this later when we're back at the safe house or anywhere else at any other time where we're not being shot by cops? And the worst objective of them all is the Circles objective. Everyone, including Supreme r/Payday the Heist Redditors, hate these circles. Imagine in any heist movie, the main character standing in circles during a heist. Imagine in Heat, Robert De Niro standing in circles during the heist. There's the initial planning phase. You go map out the bank on blueprints. You gotta know when and where the money is gonna be in the vault. What the police response time looks like. Do we have an inside man? What kind of security is gonna be there? We gotta be in and out in 2 minutes. What equipment do we need? And then we gotta stand around in circles, because that's what we're doing. We gotta get Wi-Fi reception during this bank heist. This objective just doesn't make sense. It's stupid. We went from robbing a super crazy high security building to steal diamonds to this nasty little disgusting dirty jewelry store. That's why we have to clean the diamonds, because this place is nasty. It feels like the scale and excitement of the heists are gone, replaced with nonsensical objectives and boring and generic places to rob. Usually with sequels, you outdo your previous game, expand on it by adding more content, improving the previous game, and just doubling down on what made it good. You one-up what you previously did. But in Payday 3, gone are the cool locales. This bank looks like a McDonald's. Why would you even make this heist to begin with? Why make No Rest for the Wicked? You already have Golden Shark, the bigger and better, more grand bank. Why would you make a heist that's inferior to a heist that you already have in the game? It's like if you made First World Bank and Third World Bank. It just doesn't make sense. Under the surface is wasted potential. Let us do something cool with this. Do something cool in this art gallery. Put cool art exhibits. Let us go into this upside down room. Let us steal dinosaur bones. Give us something. Let us steal something cool, for Christ's sakes. Instead, under the surface feels like it's AI generated and it's just so boring and generic. Put some goddamn paid actors on this dance floor. Make it look like it's fun. This is a boring club. I'm swear I've seen this apartment listed on Zillow. It's so boring. They've made the most basic and boring apartment. Last time we went to a random house apartment like this, we went to Panic Room where we stole a room full of money and coke, and we blew up the building, and on Big Oil we stole an experimental fusion reactor engine. I could go on. There are two ways Payday 3 could have gone. It either could have been a realistic heisting simulator, or a heisting power fantasy like the second game. Instead, Payday 3 is a real awkward middle ground where it's not really cool and appealing in any way. We lost pre-planning, which outside of being a good way to increase replayability of a heist, it also exemplifies the heisting fantasy that players want. Although they would have to avoid having the meta pre-planning route like the elevator trick. We lost cool set pieces during heists, like on Greenbridge right here. The heist begins by the bridge blowing up. How cool is that? Nothing like that happens in Payday 3. We lost Bane. I mean, like, come on. Shade is a lot worse. I'll get into that later, though. We should, I feel like a good mechanic to add would be adding interactable environments during heists. Let us blow up walls like undercover, or let us use furniture as cover. Let different parts of the heist be destructible. Let the heist be more interactive. There aren't any heist-specific gimmicks, and what do I mean like that? Stuff like the cars on Car Shop. That's the whole objective of the heist. You can drive during the heist. Finding the engine on Big Oil was unique. Multi-day heists like Rats. Trying to find all the goats scattered throughout on Goat Simulator, and they're in different locations. The guards don't have pagers on Scarface Mansion. The gas in the diamond heist, diamond room. Well, if you step on the wrong tile. I could go on. You could say, Turbine Station has drones and cook-off, you cook a meth. But that was Payday 2 heists. The only thing that Payday 3 has that's similar to that is the laser maze and Under the Surface, which is pretty cool. There's no more randomization in heists. For example, the limo and Undercover can land in different locations, changing how the heist plays. Thank you to Unintelligible for giving me this example, and I wouldn't have thought of it myself. Link in the description. Payday the Heist had 9 heists, and Payday 3 had 8 heists on launch. But you don't hear anyone complaining about Payday the Heist's lack of content. Like, Payday the Heist has no content. No one ever says that. Payday 3 has more guns, skills, heists. Has the similar amount of heists, but no one's complaining about Payday 3. I think this is a testament to the quality of Payday the Heist's heists. Because if Payday 3 had good heists, people wouldn't be complaining about it. There are no heist-specific outfits. We lost the progression in our heists. For example, in First World Bank, you start off in the lobby, you get to the manager, you go to the photocopier room with a keycard from the manager, you get the drill, you place down the drill, you delete the security camera footage, which is another element of the heisting fantasy. You go in through the offices outside of the vault, and you go on top of the vault to place down thermite, you wait for the thermite to melt, and then you get inside the vault, and then you have to run all the way back through the lobby, up the stairs, and into this wall. And you have to blow it up into the neighboring offices. You run down through the offices to make it to a trash truck. This logical escape that makes sense. You're constantly moving into different areas, seeing new stuff, and you're constantly moving as the objectives progress, right? In Payday 3, you just stand in circles, do nothing for 2 minutes, and then you wait till the drill drops and you set it up for the next 2 minutes. So you spend 4 minutes of the heist doing nothing, really. I mean, it takes 4 minutes until the cops come, or 3, or whatever. And then you kill some cops while the drill is being done for 4 minutes. In one room, you don't go anywhere or do anything, and then you move bags. Bags, yeah. Every single heist in Payday 3 plays like this. They're all unengaging to the player, and the objectives are passive and don't require much active gameplay. Also, the escapes in these heists just feel very random. We went from the garbage truck to a random helicopter just sitting here. Why is this helicopter sitting here right in front of the spawns? The enemies are spawning right in front of the helicopter. What happened to blowing up the wall, running through the offices, and going into the garbage truck for a smooth getaway? The heists in Payday 3 are poorly designed, they're artistically uninspired and generic, with a complete disregard for player immersion, and they've been dumbed down from previous games. Alright, characters. I'm going to be retreading similar points here. Heisters lack identity and style. Once again, Payday 3 could have gone two different directions. Realistic or fantasy. But Payday 3 already went into fantasy. Because Joy just isn't a realistic heister. She looks like this Roblox avatar. Her arm looks like it's fallen off and been glued back on. She just looks like a diversity hire because the gang needed some gamers in it. I'm not complaining. I'm not saying that. I'm not only complaining about female heisters. Male heisters have the same issues too. I mean, John Wick, Bodhi, Ethan, Rust. But similar to how I talked about the Circle's objective is just like imagine putting that into heist movies. Imagine putting Joy into Heat. She wouldn't fit in. It wouldn't make sense. Joy would stand out and wouldn't fit in with the crew. Imagine putting Joy right next to Chains in Payday 3. You don't have to imagine, because she looks out of place right next to Chains. I wouldn't be complaining about this if Payday 3 had a consistent tone. If Payday 3 was more similar to Payday 2 and more wacky, then I wouldn't mind Joy being there. But right now, Payday 3 kind of feels disjointed. Payday 3 is also quantity instead of quality, but there's no quantity. Because Payday the Heist only had 4 heisters, but, hold on, give me a second.
Right, it's on.
In Payday the Heist, the heisters would talk to each other. So you input codes. I'm on it. Enter codes, right?
Is that all you got? Tell me.
Hoxton's, damn it doesn't work. Bang! And Bane responds! They're having an active dialogue. Codes don't work. Damn it, the codes don't work, Bane. And then, here's the Dallas line.
These codes
Cost
cost
us
$1
$1
million.
million.
Someone's
a dead man, right? Alright, let's see, Payday 3. Voice lines don't work.
Hug the floor, motherfucker!
The escape van is on its way. Head to the main road.
You crazy?
Thank you to this guy's video. It's very good. Low-key stupid. As F. Thank you. Alright, back to it. Sorry. Alright, back to it. Payday 3 only has 7 heisters. So it's neither the quality Payday the Heist or the quantity of Payday 2. Also, what are the heisters' personalities in Payday 3? Well, you could say Hoxton's British. Dallas is the leader. He's the face of the gang. Chains is the tough guy. Wolf is crazy. Pearl's a New Yorker. Joy's a gamer. Clover is Irish. Well, I think none of these heisters really have any personality. You never get to hear them talk. They're just different voices to the same dialogue lines. They all say the same thing. What is Hoxton's personality? British isn't a personality. Your nationality isn't your personality. Even Wolf is toned down. He's toned down. He's not as crazy as he once was. He doesn't shout as loud during heists. Same thing with Joy. Dallas, what makes you think he's the leader of the gang? The heisters lack personality. Payday 2, the most memorable heisters were Jacket, Jimmy, Scarface, Sydney, and Wolf. Why? Because these heisters were outlandish. They stood out from the rest of the cast. They were crazy heisters, right? Jacket uses a tape recorder. He doesn't even talk. Well, if you made every single heister like them, the game would turn into Fortnite, right? The game would be crazy, right? No heister would be special then. Or if you made a bunch of boring heisters like Houston, Dallas, and Sokol, no one would play them. They'd be forgettable. You could add 1 million of them, and they'd be forgettable unless you had the dialogue to flesh out their character. Dallas unironically sucks. Dallas is John Payday. His whole personality is, oh, I'm Mr. Payday. I'm the face of the gang. He doesn't really have a personality in the game. Jiro was a good example of a good character. He had a katana, which you could cut off a cloaker's head with. He had a SMG that matched his playstyle, Fast and Furious. He had a cool trailer. He had a whole event, perk deck, and the Japanese voiceover. He kind of logically made sense, although he was a little outlandish. He was a good heister. Even like a way to add personality to heisters would be, give me a second. The character, Hoxton, in Payday the Heist, he had a special mask-up animation. He did a special thing, the rest of the gang didn't do that. Let's see what Chains does.
Let's roll. Oh my God.
Once again, let's see Hoxton.
Right, it's on.
You get the idea. Something to make these characters more special. Even the safes had personality in Payday 2. Each safe belonged to each heister. So, for example, what's this skin? This skin is a wolf safe skin, right? This is a Scarface safe skin. This is a Sydney skin. Rust, Chains, Bodhi. You can tell because it matches each heister's unique style. It looks like something they'd use. The contractors in Payday 3, they also don't have any personality. There were 7 contractors in Payday 3 at launch, but there are only 8 heists. Why do you have that many contractors for so few heists? The contractors only have like a paragraph of lines when selecting the heist, and you'd only see them a little bit in cutscenes. In Payday the Heist, they did it much better. So, for example, let's take Heat Street. You don't need a cutscene. Look, all you need is this.
Okay, I'll take the plates. You erase the security footage.
No, that wasn't the plan. Don't change things up.
There, Slick. Now I call the shots.
What the? What are you doing, Matt?
Fooled you guys. Kiss my ass, guys.
You see Matt through the window, and immediately
That case is worth a hell of a lot.
you know what you're doing for the rest of the heist. You're chasing after him. You don't need to see a cutscene saying, oh, we got some Wixia corpo, and we gotta do this and that. No, you just follow the van. Immediately, within 15 seconds, you understand what's going on in the heist. Payday 3 can barely motivate you to do the heist. You're like, oh, well, this heist is cool because it's a bank. Not like, the cutscenes. The cutscenes suck. Give us this. This was good. A great way to hook the player into the heist. Alright. Bane is good and Shade sucks. Shade is a boring character, okay? Bane was a very stereotypical caricature of someone who plans out a heist. He's just a simple guy, right? Like, you can't imagine Bane being the person who makes the gang's masks. He buys artwork or whatever you steal from the heist. He does the guns. He's involved with the secret. He's like a part of the secret organization or something. He can't be a part of the FBI. He only works. His characters are only good for being the person who orchestrates the heists in crime.net. Shade could be customizing the masks. She could be buying gold or artwork from the gang. She could be making weapon attachments or just selling guns. She could be a part of the secret organization. She could be a part of the FBI, and it'd all be the same. She doesn't feel like a real contractor who's running you through the heist. The cutscenes in Payday 3, I watched this.
Do you have the suit's name?
Sure I do.
Hold up the
Other
volume.
conspirator. Do you have the suit's name?
Sure I do. It's Garnet.
Garnet?
Back up a sec, Gov. Did you say Garnet?
Garnet?
Yeah, Ralph Garnet.
Garnet?
Oh, I remember that guy. He stole the shit.
We stole diamonds from him?
From his dad, yeah.
From his
And
dad?
we royally fucked up his birthday party, didn't
Birthday party?
Ralph is the son of
Ralph
Nathan
is the son of Nathan
former-
Garnet? Dumb cutscene. That's a dumb cutscene right there. Cinema, yeah. I'm not even complaining though. I respect the hustle of these writers, okay? They really did make a paycheck off of this. The story in Payday 3, just story of Payday will always suck, has always sucked, and will always suck. To showcase, look at this. This had cool animation. What happened?
I am a fucking drill master. I want to go again. I had them by the ball. Come on, guys. Let's get ice cream.
What happened to that? If Starbreeze does us all a favor and removes the cutscenes from Payday 3, I'll remove this section from the video. Okay? Alright. Payday 3 is incredible. Payday 3 awesome. Payday 3 certified banger. Payday 3. Pre-release, people were going crazy about this game, okay? What did Mario and Top Hat say?
I mean, really, all Starbreeze have to do is stick the landing. Don't fumble the bag. This will be one of the best co-op games of all time. It is just, I only played about 3 hours of Too High.
Should you pre-order Payday 3?
I've had a lot of fun. So would I pre-order Payday 3? I would. Would I get the silver?
I would pre-order Payday 3.
Silver or gold edition?
Ooh, the pre-order bonus. Oh, you need a pre-order Payday 3. Whoa. Oh, look at the suit. Look at the mask. What? Look at the gloves. Look at the gloves. Pre-order Payday 3, guys. Alright, so the truth is, these guys were, these YouTubers were shilling Payday 3. No, they weren't shilling Payday. They got played by Starbreeze. We all got played by Starbreeze. We thought the game was going to be good. In reality, the game sucked. Okay. The Nebula data error, Nebula data error was whenever you launch a game, during launch, you get an error and you couldn't play the game. Imagine your favorite game ever is GTA Vice City, right? You go to GameStop to pick up the new game, GTA San Andreas. Okay, you're so excited. This is gonna be the best game ever, best day of your life. You're so pumped up for this game. You know, you're getting home. You put that bad boy in, and you get a goddamn Nebula data error. The game's unplayable. And so you try a Nebula data error. Okay, you go to bed. You wake up tomorrow. Nebula data error. You go to bed, wake up tomorrow. Oh, are you winning, son? No, just Nebula data error. Don't worry, Dad. You go to bed, Nebula data error, right? You wake up, it finally works. For 4 days, the game was unplayable because of Nebula data errors. And for a whole month, people who were playing on PlayStation couldn't get their silver and gold edition content. Why is this happening? Well, Starbreeze put a little some called online only to ruin their game, okay? They'll be the little devils they are, they just wanted to ruin their game. It just makes it so if you're playing on the Steam Deck and you go outside, and you want to play offline, play outside, not connected to the internet, can't do that. If you don't have Xbox Live, you can't play the game. If the servers go down, you can't play the game. If your internet drops for a second, you can't play the goddamn game, okay? You get disconnected or booted out of your heist. You can't play solo. The lobbies are worse because of online only. There's no LAN. You can't host your own lobbies, meaning you can't kick players after the end of your hour-long overdrill. Oh no. You can't host lobbies. You can't be the host. So why would they add online only? What are the positives? Does it avoid cheating? Does it avoid cheating? Does online only avoid cheating? Let's find out, guys. Warzone has online only. Does it avoid cheating? No, it doesn't. It doesn't avoid cheating. What about Payday 3? This video came out one day after Payday 3 came out. One day after Payday 3 came out. And they're cheating! Already, okay? Check this out. Whoa! They made it into the vault. Lockpick the vault. Take one bag.
Finally, return the soul to the original body. Fire. Press
what is going on?
For money bags. Load them and finish the job.
That's one.
So it doesn't avoid cheating, okay? Well, does online only, does it prevent piracy? Yeah, it does prevent piracy, but if the game's not worth pirating, then no one will pirate it, okay? Online only also makes the menu worse. Whenever you buy C-Stacks, there's a long loading screen. It's annoying. It made the game worse, okay? What if the servers go down? Well, let's ask Almir, okay? Almir, what happens if the servers go down?
Mr. Dr. Pepper says, since the game is online only, what happens if the servers go down?
What happens?
Well, they won't, is my answer.
Well, they won't?
Hopefully.
Well, they won't, is my answer. Okay, well, servers went down, Almir. Also, Payday 3 had broken achievements for many months after launch. Players would get every single achievement but their mask achievement. Their free achievement that everyone's supposed to get. The goddamn progression system. Progression system was terrible, okay? Let me tell you guys. So, the progression system, people would grind this out. The only way to get level ups was by doing the challenges. You had to progress to do the challenges. And the challenges people would be doing is get 1,000 kills with each gun. Get kills with all these guns. Get kills. They grind out challenges for all their guns. And they just camp in the bathroom right here. And in this bathroom right here on Touch the Sky. They'd camp right here, okay? So, they'd all do these challenges, and they made a whole goddamn spreadsheet for all these challenges to do all of them. Oh, 1,000 kills, 1,000 kills, 500 kills with overkill weapons, throw down 100 of each deployable, do each heist, do them all 150 times, and do them all 150 times again for stealth. All these challenges, so fill out the spreadsheet, boys. They grind these goddamn challenges out. Oh, they grind them all out. Yeah, they grind out the challenges. And Starbreeze, what they wanted to encourage players to, the whole point of these challenges was to encourage players. It didn't encourage players to do anything but camp in the bathroom. It didn't encourage players to want to go play the game and do the challenges. It didn't encourage them to try out new playstyles. They wanted to encourage people to try out different playstyles, but just encourage them to camp in the bathroom. This guy on Reddit compiled problems with the challenge system. He completed one challenge, the next challenge won't unlock. He completed a challenge, but the challenge didn't give them the XP and didn't progress. Some challenges didn't work. They just wouldn't work. And some challenges had incorrect information on it, like typos and errors. Payday 3 Payday the Heist, on the other hand, let's look at Payday the Heist. When you complete a challenge, it would instantly, in-game, challenge complete. Challenge complete. And then, challenge complete. And then, you'd level up. Immediately player feedback. Payday 3, on the other hand, you'd get none of this. You were able to pause the game and check what challenges you had. Payday 3, you can only check challenges in the menu, and the challenge UI sucked. That UI was annoying. You had to grind each weapon. For you to max out one weapon in Payday 3, you'd have to, if you wanted to max out the car 4, you'd have to complete each heist, or you'd have to complete 35 heists for you to max out one gun 35 times. Somewhere around that, it depends, but 35 heist completions on average, I'd say, okay? Just to unlock trash attachments. And sometimes the best attachment you want for your gun, you get at level 1 immediately. But you're grinding out 35 heists. Super long grind just for attachments. So players would grind out dirty ice on stealth as fast as possible. Get it down 3 minutes consistently. Grinding out the ice, grinding out the ice, grinding out the ice, just to grind out attachments. Until a man called Swell Hell developed a new strategy, okay? This strategy, this guy talks like Jim Belushi.
I stumbled upon something in Payday 3 that I think we should talk about
Why
today.
does he talk like that? Okay, anyways.
Of the extract.
You'd have to go in and out of the escape on 99 boxes, and each time you do this, it gives you the completion for 1 out of that 35 heists. 35 heists. So you just keep on grinding out, do this 35 times, in and out, in and out, in and out. And you get all of your weapon levels done. You get them all done in one heist. So players would do this glitch to go max out all their guns. This is called the Swell Hell method, okay? 8 months later, it took them 8 months later from launch to add a progression system overhaul. Players were begging, please, Starbreeze, please add a progression system overhaul, and it took them 8 months. And then when it finally came out, all those weapons you spent so hard to grind, how it'd take you like 100 hours to go grind out to level 150, you can now do that in 30 hours easy, making all of this a pointless waste of time. If you spend 150 hours, you can do that in 30 hours now. The armor system in Payday 3, I'm going to give my stance on it, okay, and this is the correct opinion. Players are fighting against the mod, like the Starbreeze Shadow Puppet mods, Payday 3 armor system, Payday 2 armor system. Well, here's what I think. Payday 3 armor system sucks. They try to make it attrition, right? You can only go on a heist for so long. But Payday 3, the enemies are hit scan. You're gonna take damage during heists. And you only have a limited amount of armor, right? You're not Neo. You're gonna take damage during heists. You can't... so this encourages you to hide behind cover and just camp out during the entire heist. Because you don't want to take damage. Because you can only take so much damage until you're out of resources, right? So you just hide behind cover. You can't outrun bullets. You're gonna get hit, right? Yeah, you get out of cover. You have standard lining on. Few bullets, you're gonna get downed immediately. Tupac was wearing standard lining, and he was driving. And he died. Get back in cover, okay? You don't want to be outside of cover in Payday 3 because you're going to be taking damage. The game encourages you to stay in cover because you don't want to take any damage because that you're losing resources, okay? In Payday 2, the armor regened, okay? So what that means is this is what Payday 2 gameplay would look like because of the armor system. You'd hide behind cover, your armor is fully up, okay? You peek out of cover, you shoot, you do your objectives, and you take damage. And then you run back into cover. And this moment where you're running back into cover is super tense, right? And then when you finally get to cover, your armor refreshes, and you get a moment of relief. And you're constantly fighting back and forth, losing armor and gaining armor, and it's engaging to the player. It's a constant push and pull with the enemies. Taking damage and dishing out damage, taking damage and dishing out damage because of the armor system. Payday 3 on the other, just hiding behind cover. Payday 2 would also have moments where you lose your armor and you're super tense, you're running to cover, and you're not sure one bullet can kill you. And you're praying to President Bane, please, President Bane, if you can hear me, please, I need you if you can hear me. And then you're running to cover, and then you make it. And then the relief of the armor going, it feels good, and it's engaging to the player. Okay, what about in Payday 3? When you finally have to do an objective and you get out of cover, right? This would also be engaging, right? When you're out doing stuff and you're in the gameplay in the fields, right? But being able to, having the large amounts of armor in Payday 3, it's unengaging because you can just tank as many bullets as how much armor you have. If you're stocked up on armor, you just eat up bullets like it's nothing. In Payday 2, you're always concerned. If you're out of cover, you're always concerned about how much damage you take. Payday 3, you can just eat that up. It doesn't matter. In Payday 2, you're constantly on edge, at risk of dying or taking an immense amount of damage. But in Payday 3, that's just not the case. Also, in Payday 3, you have to rely on your teammates to bring armor or health if you're bringing ammo bags or sentries. If you bring something else that's not a medic bag or an armor bag, you're reliant on them. They might eat up all their resources and you might not get anything, so you basically have to bring an armor or a health bag. In Payday 2, you don't have to worry about your team's deployables that much. In Payday 2, you can go full Mormon mode, medic bags go against my religion and go to heaven. Payday 3, on the other hand, forces you to... What the hell? Payday 3, on the other hand, forces you to use a medic bag. So in a way, Payday 3 is kind of like the Antichrist, right? The techie is also super annoying. Because you'll be sitting behind cover like you're supposed to, right? And then drones start flying up on you, right? And you have two options. Either get hit by those drones until you die, or you gotta run out of cover to go kill the techie, right? So you're the predator, you go on the hunt, right? You're out into the jungle, you're looking for the techie, right? But there's goddamn mosquitoes everywhere, and it's not even their goddamn drones. You're getting shot by cops while looking for the techie, and you get downed, right? Because you can't find the techie, because she got that Halo active camo on. She's impossible to spot, right? And the techie's just complicated, right? Gone is the simplicity of Payday the Heist, where all the specials you can learn in 1 minute. The techie's goddamn annoying. Remove the techie from the game. Anyways, once you get back from your tour in the jungle, right? You make it back to your crew and your base, and what the? Where'd my armor bags go? Oh, that bastard goddamn gluttonous fat kid from Golden Corral apparently didn't eat enough there, because my armor bags were here a moment ago. My teammate just ate all my armor bags. It's goddamn annoying, right? Payday 2 also had more variety in playstyles, okay? You had Stoic, which you always unload. It's engaging to the player. Muscle. You had Muscle, which was fun. Where you could tank up a lot of damage. Armor, which could increase your time peeking out of cover. Anarchist. Kingpin. Copycat. Copycat, you don't really have to take that into account. And Leech, which is more similar to the Swan Song gaming right here, where you're constantly taking damage, right? There are some dodge builds. You get the idea. Payday 3, in my opinion, only really has 3 playstyles, okay? It has, hold on, slideshow mode. There you go. Payday 3, in my opinion, only has 3 playstyles. Like 1, 2, 3. The smoke bags with Assassin, That's good. I like that one. Okay. The regular armor system, I've already said, worse in the Payday 2 system. And the adaptive armor, that one's worse in the Payday 2 system, again, in my opinion. Let's look at that. Okay? So these armor shocks, right? So they add adaptive armor. This is a fix. You guys were asking for Payday 2 system. We brought it back. Okay? This is worse than Payday 2. You know why? If a sniper snipes you, lose both your chunks, right? And when you lose your chunks, your armor doesn't reset. You have to use an armor bag again, right? So it's not engaging. You don't have moments where you're running and your shield's exposed, and then when you get back into cover, you get that relief. The pacing's being broken up by you getting more armor chunks each time. It's still encouraging you to get out of the gameplay. And you also can't. You don't want to peek too hard, because if you peek too hard, you'll lose your chunk. And you don't want to lose your chunk, so you're still doing the itsy bitsy hiding behind cover thing, doing the same exact thing. And also, it takes 4.5 seconds for your armor to restore. It's just far worse system than Payday 2. It also doesn't synergize with the skills that are in Payday 3, as well as the other armors in Payday 3 do. Why do we even have to use armor bags to begin with? No! Why do we even have to use armor bags to begin with? Like, why are we putting this? Is our armor falling apart? Is it made out of cardboard? What's going on? Why don't we even have ICTV? Why can't we see the armor on our characters? Could we see it? Could there be a different... In Payday 2, you just get behind cover and you take a smelling salt and you're pumped up like a goddamn athlete. You're good to go. You're back into the gameplay, right? Payday 3, on the other hand, you're rubbing your nipples every single time. Every single time you get an armor bag. Cops are shooting at me and I'm rubbing my nipples right now. It's stupid, okay? Also, in Payday 3, you have to be near an armor bag. If you're too far from an armor bag and you take too much health, you're gonna get downed. If you take too much damage and you're far away from an armor bag, you're gonna get downed. Because you can't make it near your armor bag, there's no armor regen, you're gonna get downed. That means you can't add small heists. Payday 3, can only have small heists. They can't make big heists. Because if they make big heists and you're too far away from your armor bag, then you're gonna get downed. You can't be too far from the armor bag. That's why every single heist in Payday 3, you could walk from one end to the other in a minute. Or less. In 30 seconds, probably. Yeah. Like Rock the Cradle? That's a small heist. That means you can't add Hoxton Breakout, Beneath the Sky, Aftershock, Meltdown, Big Bang, Brooklyn 1010, Hell's Island, Alaskan Deal, Heat Street, and probably many others, okay? Payday 3, so if you're an average player, okay, I'm not saying you're one of them, but like there are players who will use 8 heals per heist. They'll heal 8 times per heist. And Payday the Heist, if you know what you're doing, you'll maybe heal once or twice. Payday 3, if you know what you're doing, you'll maybe heal 4 or 3 times, right? But Payday the Heist, the frequency of you healing is a lot lower, so you don't need so many medic bags. That's the reason why a heist like Heat Street could work in the game, plus the armor system, right? Also, gone are long heists. Sure, you can have Santa's Workshop, but stealing Xmas is too big of a heist, and is too long of a heist. Beneath the Sky, they couldn't add because it's too big of a heist and too long of a heist. The Secret, they couldn't add because it'd be too long, and you take too much damage throughout the course of the heist, and overdrill would be too long, and you take too much damage throughout the course of the heist. Payday 3 armor is too complicated, I also think. Hold on. Yeah. Payday 3 armor is too complicated, in my opinion. What is trauma damage? What is adrenaline? What are these mini things that drop? These armor kits? Should I bring armor bag, medic bag? What is why do you need damage reduction and chunks and chunk damage regen downs? What? It's what's this red thing right here? What is this? What is this gray thing right here? What is this? It's too complicated, I think, to the average player. Instantly, Payday 2 and Payday the Heist, you can instantly know what's going on. And all the depth is hidden behind the skill trees, right? Payday 3 is a poor co-op experience. No, Payday 3 didn't have a lobby chat in the lobby until months after launch. The game doesn't have a voice chat. The emote wheel is a joke. It has one use, and that's for communicating with console players who can't communicate with PC players in any other way other than the emote wheel. They can't use text chat. Even if they have a keyboard or mouse plugged in, there's no voice chat, so there's just no way to communicate with them. I'm not making this up. There's a Dexerto article saying console players are the reason why your heist fails 80% of the time. This is fake, obviously, but, it could be an article that's made. I'd make that article, right? The thing is, though, I feel for these console players. You know? During Payday 2, they'd get sporadic updates and these content drops, and they'd rarely get content. They're missing so much content currently. White House Heights. This guy made a list. He probably copied and pasted it off of somewhere, but credit to Nilixy. And they're missing so many guns, so many heists, H3. They're missing just so much stuff. And, I feel for them, okay? The reason why they couldn't get all this content is because Diesel Engine and a man named Bo Anderson, okay? This guy's part of the reason. He's not the only reason, but he's part of it, okay? This guy's a true villain. He's the one who pushed forward for the black market microtransactions update to be made. This guy was just a straight villain. His goal was to destroy Starbreeze, He really tried to destroy that company. During the time Payday 2 was still popular and making money, Bo Anderson was offsetting all the good that came from that game by just dumping money on the dumbest things. $8 million on Lion Game Lion. $7 million on Star VR, on the Valhalla engine for Overkill's The Walking Dead, $2 million on Star VR, and he did get an investment of $9 million from Acer, but don't worry, he spent it all on Star VR later. He spent so much, tens of millions of dollars on Star VR. And in 2017, the Valhalla engine wasn't working out. They tried to develop it for Overkill's The Walking Dead, and they were developing it for 2 years, but they just couldn't get it to work, because that engine barely works, and it wasn't a real video game engine. So they switched to Unreal Engine, and they had 1 year to develop the game with a staff that didn't know how to use Unreal Engine. They didn't know how to use it, and they had 1 year to develop the game. And during this time, Payday 2 was ending support. The game was wrapping up for Overkill The Walking Dead to become the new cash cow for Bo Anderson. This was going to be the game. Okay? So, what happened? Well, when launch day rolled around, Bo Anderson went to the forum, and then the cash cow was basically dead. There was nothing to milk about this game. The game was basically donezo. The game sold terribly. They barely knew how to develop it because of the Valhalla and the new engine they try to use. And then later, Skybound, the company that owns a license to The Walking Dead, cut support for Overkill's The Walking Dead. So what happened? Bo Anderson leaves the company. He's gone. What happened after that? The police raided Starbreeze headquarters 2 days after he left. So did Bo Anderson see the future? So he tried to stop Payday 3 before it can happen by sabotaging Starbreeze? Well, Bo Anderson is active on Discord for some reason. He uses the Crime Boss Discord server because he likes the game, I guess. So I asked him that question. And he responded to me and had a conversation. And he eventually talked about his new game. He has a new game coming out, and it's called Storm. Okay? And Storm has been in development for 4 years. He's a game director, and he's put $7 million into it of his own money. He apparently has 70 people working on the game. It's a Payday-like, very violent co-op game. Bounty heist plunder co-op. It's a pirate game. It's gonna be sick. It's Payday in space. It's gonna be Unreal 5. This game's been in development for 4 years. And no one knows barely anything about this game. This game hasn't been announced online. Only Bo Anderson's talked about it on certain smaller parts of the internet. Barely anybody knows anything about this game. So, I'd wager 95% of people don't know anything about this game. So, there's a game called Storm that's coming out. So hopefully people will learn about this. It's probably going to suck. Don't support Bo Anderson. This guy's a complete idiot. Talking to this guy was one of the most annoying things in my life. This guy is so annoying. He talked to me, and he's like, he showed me, the thing only few know, I served on several missions abroad. So got my combat experience for real. I still have a lodged AK-47 full metal jacket bullet in my abdomen. It went through my vest and bounced off my ribs, so I survived. Here is a scan. And he sent me pictures of a bullet in his body. Why? He's sending a random kid a picture of a bullet in his body? Why? And I'll tell you why. He said, so I had so many people tell me how combat works because they've seen the movies. This is why in the end got tired of the flashbang debate and said your opinion, my choice as game director. And that was not popular. But sometimes you need to keep the course. I do press... people like to hate on me, so I really just make games. Don't care for being known. This guy sent me a picture of a bullet in his body, and he said, people hate on me for my games being realistic, but I've actually been through it. That's why the flashbangs suck. This guy is so salty and annoyed and butthurt about all the people complaining about the flashbang, in your opinion, my choice in Payday 2, that he's gone to, like, hiding, and he's so mad about it. This is hilarious. Anyways, that guy's a complete idiot. Don't buy Storm. The game's probably gonna suck. He's probably a really bad game developer. Anyways, after everything he did, Starbreeze filed for reconstruction to avoid bankruptcy and had $43 million worth of debt. So Payday 2 is back. Okay? They revived Payday 2 to add new content, and people were really positive about this, right? Because they knew Starbreeze wasn't doing well financially, and they thought, oh, we're going to be supporting Payday 3 with by buying these new DLCs. But in reality, they weren't supporting Payday 3. They were supporting the $43 million worth of debt. The DLC funded the debt. And then, when the DLC wrapped up in November 2020, a month later, they finished paying off their debt. So, they finished paying off their debt when the Silk Road campaign ended, and then 3 months later, they locked in a deal to fully finance Payday 3. So if Payday 3 was fully financed by the deal, they didn't need the people to buy the DLC, because the publisher already financed Payday 3. Payday 3 got financed not by the player, but by the publisher. And you guys were really funding the debt. And with this deal is where we learned the news that Payday 3 will be launched on PC and consoles in 2023. So I'm pretty sure that with the deal came a 2-year deadline. Payday 3 needs to be done in 2 years. Okay? So here's what I think happened. When did Payday 3 start development? Payday 3 got announced in 2016. Payday 2 ended support in 2018, so you'd assume that's when they started development, but I think that's when they were focused on Overkill's The Walking Dead. And then when that game got dropped, they shifted their efforts into Payday 3. Payday 3 is confirmed to be in the design phase in 2019, so it's still very early on, and they're more preoccupied with the Payday 2 DLC. They started hiring in 2020, and they didn't hire very much, but they're hiring important positions, right? So in 2021, when the deal happened, they showed something similar to the first playable that we saw of Payday 2. They showed this, like, an early build of Payday 2 to Koch Media, the publisher, which is now Plaion. And Plaion said, okay, we'll give you $50 million for Payday 3 if you give it to us in 2 years. So, Payday 3 was still early on when they showcased the vertical slice. And they started rushing it out in 2 years. They started hiring for important positions in 2021. They were hiring important positions like graphic designer, producer, senior animator, senior tech artist, senior level artist, senior game designer, senior concept artist. Very important positions. Level designer, lead level designer. These are important positions in the company. So they were putting on new hires, and I think the game really started active development in 2021, not in 2019, and the game was out to do in 2 years. So Payday 3, was developed in an entirety of 2 years. I think that's my speculation, okay? But I have good evidence to support it, okay? With this, there's a deal that was made with 505 Games in 2016 when Payday 3 was first announced to be a thing, where 505 Games made a deal. 505 Games will retain a 33% revenue share of Starbreeze's net revenues from future Payday 3 sales, capped at $40 million. That means all the money that Payday 3 made at launch 33% of that, so a third of all the money Payday 3 made goes to 505 Games. And then factor that on top of whatever deal they made with Plyon. We don't know how much Plyon was making off the publisher deal. Although 505 Games have not received their 33% cut yet, I assume that's going to happen eventually, and Starbreeze is taking that into account and factoring that in when discussing stuff internally of their revenue of the company. So, on top of Payday 3 being developed in 2 years, I believe one half of Starbreeze was working on Payday 3, and the other half were working on Payday 2 DLC that led up until the Payday 3 release. And they had a motto, or they had a mindset, maybe they'll either clutch and get the game done in 2 years and pull a Hail Mary, or they'd fix it later, have the game be good enough for the players. And the game was not good enough, but they do good enough. When launch actually came, though, Payday 3 was a disappointment. It did okay. It recouped development costs for Starbreeze, but the game was a disappointment. It didn't make much more than that, and the game wasn't very well monetized post-launch because no one wanted to buy DLC. You can see right here the player counts dropped, right? This is a Boys in Blue player count. Player count's dropping. They're not pulling very great numbers. This is a CEO message from the Starbreeze CEO. Payday 3 sales and player activity are currently at significantly lower levels than we'd like. The game director of Payday 3, Eric Warnovi, left the company. We barely know anything about this guy. And this is when Mio took over, right here. This is Mio. He took over. The game was a disappointment for the publisher. The CEO of Starbreeze left after launch. He left. Starbreeze CEO leaves studio. Okay? And currently, one half of Starbreeze is working on Project Baxter, developing a new Dungeons & Dragons game. And one half of Starbreeze is working on Operation Medic Bag. Are they taking all their efforts off of Payday 3? Or are they giving it up entirely? Well, Payday 3 is locked into 18 months of post-launch content, games as a service, with Plyon, their publisher. So they're committed to it next 18 months. But let's look at my theory on what's gonna happen. Okay, the new heist is gonna come out, right? A free heist. Will people like that heist? I believe that heist might be one of the better heists in the game, given the feedback they've received. But I'm not sure if it'll get many new players, and if they do come, I don't think those new players will stay, or those new players will, because we got the 2 legacy heists, and the turnout on those weren't that great. Although this will be coming out with the Houston Breakout as part of the Q3 and Q4 heists. I don't think that the players who bought the Silver Edition are going to be buying the Houston Breakout. I don't think players who didn't buy the Silver Edition or Gold Edition are going to be buying Houston Breakout. They might, if it comes out with the server browser, they might play it, but I don't think those players are going to want to stick around and want to keep playing with the new Houston Breakout content. They might play the new heist a few times, but I don't think there's much incentive, and the game hasn't improved much because it's still lacking core systems, and having good heists still wouldn't fix all the problems with the game. right? I don't think the adaptive armor is fixing all the problems with the game. I don't think the players are gonna keep playing after the new heists. I don't think the consumable system and the trip laser system is gonna keep many players playing the game. I think the player count might the game might retain a higher player count than Boys in Blue, but I don't think the player count's gonna be very great for Starbreeze to like it enough to make a potential Gold Pass 2. I don't think players would want to buy a Gold Pass 2. And I don't know if Starbreeze has the capital and the resources to keep on adding new and free content until the game's good. I don't think they have those kind of resources. And I don't think people would be willing to buy more DLCs post Gold Pass for Starbreeze to want to keep making new content. Like I said, the game is locked in for 18 months. But after those 18 months and once we get forward, they're going to have to start dealing with competition. Contraband, fair games, which I don't expect to be seeing for a while. Crime Boss is apparently committed to adding more content and being a game, I guess. I don't know either. Den of Wolves, we should be seeing. So I think if Starbreeze made it to year 2, I don't think they're going to make it much longer than that if competition is lapping them. Because it's not that simple to fix the game. Sure, they have a whole year until the competition arrives and to fix the game. But the game, it takes a long time to fix those core issues. And chances are, these games that are going to arrive on the scene won't have these core issues. And looking further, I think Starbreeze is more interested in looking at Project Baxter, whatever future endeavors, Star VR 2, or whatever they think is better than Payday 3. And more to showcase this, looking at this Almir clip. Oh, wrong one. This one.
Infamous Sleepy says, I was negative in the months after release and I apologize for that. The team has done great and I want to see this game succeed. Thank you, dude, and I really appreciate you apologizing. You don't have to. I completely understand where you came from. I just want to raise something with the Payday community that I think is very important for us to say. You can't be a heister and say, you know what, I'll come back in 2 years. Maybe the game is better then. Like, we need you to be here now and support us now if you want there to be a game in 2 years. You know what I mean? You're leaving a lot to chance if you're a big Payday fan and you're just hoping or assuming that Payday 3 will be around in 5 years if you do not support Payday 3 right now. You know what I mean? So this is a call to action to everyone in the Payday community. If you like what we're cooking now, if you feel that we've listened to you, support us. Play the game.
Alright, so why is Almir doing this? Why is he asking for support? And Almir also in these spiels he's gone on, this isn't the first one he's done, he's stressing out the importance of there being players for Land of the Free. Well, first of all, I'm just gonna explain away this clip. We showed our support by buying the game. I bought the collector's edition right here, and I bought the goddamn gold edition. Okay? We need our support. We need the DLCs released, and if you want us to be playing the game now, the game needs to be good now. Okay? I'm not gonna be playing a game that sucks, because I've already played the game that sucks. I have 167 hours. Alright, first of all, that clip is just dumb. What Almir is saying is dumb. Don't listen to him. It's dumb. We need our child support payments of DLC 3 and 4, okay? Quit being such an abusive, manipulative drunk, okay? Trying to manipulate us into thinking it's our fault. and we need to play the game. Just don't believe them. It's crazy. What Almir is saying is crazy, okay? But why do I think he's doing this? Well, like I said, this isn't the only instance of Almir saying this, and I think that he's stressed out the importance of Land of the Free. I believe if the player counts and DLC sales of Land of the Free aren't high enough, Starbreeze will just cut out Payday 3 and give up on it after the 18 months contract ends. This is why Almir is desperately trying to get people to be playing the game. So, yeah, I don't think Payday 3 is doing very well. Anyways, moving on. Payday 3 is a Payday in general. It's just a community experience. We're all connected through the Nebula. This stuff's far out, man. I can't complain though. Like, you know, we get sure we got emails on because of Nebula. They're spamming us. We have to sign up to a Nebula account even to just play the game. You could say Nebula is the reason why we have crossplay. Well, Helldivers disproves that, right? Nebula, though, is really an improvement over Epic Online services, okay? Let me tell you. Starbreeze had a strategic 3D chess move to sabotage Payday 2 by adding Update 237, which added crossplay between Epic Games players and Steam players. I didn't know they were Epic Games players until they added this update. Well, what did this update do? Why is it so bad? Well, it broke people's side jobs. It reset some players' whole game saves back to the point they're level 1s, level 0s, I mean. It broke the game for anyone who has mods. So if you had mods installed, the game would just crash on boot up. You'd lose connection to host constantly. You couldn't connect to matches. The game was basically unplayable. Okay, does that sound like something? I'm just saying. This guy on Reddit compiled all the bugs he encountered with this update. Not all of them are related to update 237, but god damn, that's a lot of bugs. Almir even had problems with it. Here's him. He's starting up a heist. And then the game was stuck on a loading screen, so you had to host a new lobby. If Almir was having problems with it, just imagine, okay? Imagine what the real players are having problems with, okay? Anyways, so Payday 3, this is an omen, okay? Starbreeze is an incompetent company. Payday 3 reached triple digits in 4 months, okay? Which means during that time where the player count was really low and before they added Quickplay, you have to pick one of 8 heists, right? No Quickplay, you have to pick one of 8 heists, right? And when you pick one heist, you have to pick one of 4 difficulty combinations, okay? So 8 times 4, there are 32 different instances or heists that a player could play. And also at this time, there's no drop-in. You couldn't drop in during the middle of a heist. Meaning, the already low player count was fractured by trying to queue for different heists. So, like, that player count of, 914 players were all trying to play different heists. And it made it basically impossible to find a lobby for 7 months. 7 months, or not 7 months, but multiple months. Especially when the player counts start going to 370 players. Basically impossible to find a match until they added Quickplay. Also, stealth players were just screwed, okay? They couldn't find a stealth heist. There's no way to find a stealth heist. You have to be lucky, and the odds are you're going to find a loud heist. For every loud heist you get into, for every stealth heist you get into, you're going to be getting into 8 other loud heists. And we still haven't even received Quickplay 2. it's been 11 months and we haven't gotten it yet. I don't know how we haven't gotten it. They're gonna add it soon, apparently. I don't listen to them. They're snake oil salesmen, in my opinion. But sure, they're gonna add it soon, let's say, okay? And the current Quickplay sucks. You can only pick which difficulty you want. You can't, like, filter out, I want this, filter which heist you want to be available for Quickplay. No, I don't want to play goddamn Turbid Station. Hell no, you can't filter if you want stealth heist. It's bad, okay? The Payday 3, leaked, version of it, had a server browser. It had a server browser. The leaked version of Payday 3 had a server browser, but the real game didn't. The unfinished game is more finished than the finished game, adding the content from the unfinished version to the finished version. Okay. Also, a guy, a few days after they added Quickplay into Payday 3, he added a server browser mod. Now, granted, the mod doesn't work too well, and he's just a modder, okay? But Starbreeze, what are you doing? If a guy can add a mod that adds server browser, and it's been 11 months and you can't add one, what are you doing? And goddamn, Almir is just, whenever you ask, because they do live streams, and you'd ask, when is offline mode
sorry,
coming?
says, is offline still being considered in dev? Yes, it's still on the table.
It's still on the table. It's still on the table.
We are considering everything.
We are considering everything for Payday 3. It's still on the... We're considering everything, guys. It's on the table. We're considering everything, okay? The game's gonna be perfect. We're considering everything. They have a word for this. This is called corporate jargon. And it's just annoying, because there's no communication from the devs. It's just like talking to a brick wall. Like, you're never gonna get anything from Almir. He's never gonna say anything to you. It's talking to a brick wall. It's the definition of insanity, really. Okay, you're never gonna get anything. He never says anything like, currently we have our hands full and we can't work on offline mode, or we looked into it and it's too hard, we just can't do it. No, nothing. You get no communication. It's just annoying, okay? Also, the goddamn Payday Twitter, man, it's just so goddamn annoying. He's posting about, like, different stuff on Twitter, like, there are currently more people playing Gas Station Simulator than Payday 3. Great game. Why are you saying, Gas Station Simulator is a great game, when your game isn't a great game? Be focused on your game. Your game's a bad game. Focus on that. It's not a... Gas Station Simulator just isn't a great game. It's probably like a trash game developed by like one guy. That's not a real great game moment. He's getting into beefs with Opera GX and getting roasted. And they're crying about it. Why? Why are you doing this? Like, keep your head down. Why? There's only one way to avoid criticism. Do nothing, say nothing, and be nothing. All facts, no cap. Wow, good one. Wow, more of this. This one's the funniest, right here. Heisters, how are we doing today? Have you been able to play any heists in Payday 3? Is it working for you now? Let Payday Twitter man know below. Much love. And then an hour later, Heisters, we are currently experiencing signs of an emerging issue with matchmaking services in Payday 3. The team is investigating. And this one is also goddamn annoying. He's more focused on saving Team Fortress 2. Save TF2. Save TF2. Goddamn save Payday 3. Save Payday 3, bro. Fix Payday 3. Stop focusing on save TF2. Fix TF2. Save Payday 3. Goddamn. You know, I want to see that same energy from Payday 3 Twitter, man. when he gets laid off because Starbreeze can't afford a social media manager anymore, and they shut down as a company. It's got him annoying. It's like the, if you've seen the movie Titanic, it's like the band playing the instruments while the ship is sinking. The ship is sinking. Stop it! Okay? And also, Operation McBag is just a joke, okay? It took them 5 months to launch it, and it's been 6 months since. So, what were they aiming for? Fixing, optimization, and reliability. Teamwork and co-op. Yeah, teamwork. Teamwork is more than just adding communication tools like text chat and voice chat. Replay. Oh crap! Accident. A replayability and progression. You gotta fix the goddamn heists. You don't have to add an infamy system or whatever. You gotta make the heists worth playing again and again and again, and make skills worth using again and again and again. People aren't progressing in Payday 2. For the longest time, there are people maxed out at Infamy 25, and they just keep playing because the game was fun. You didn't need more progression, more infamies. Although that was cool, the game didn't need that, but the game's better for it. But Payday 3 is missing out on the first part. Fantasy and heisting. This will involve a crime net style map and more features to make you feel like a true heister. This is just a joke, okay? This is an absolute joke. And also, their communication with Operation MacBag is, like, spotty. Interview with the weapon designer, interview with the composer, showing off, like, unsung heroes of update history, showing off content that's already in the game. Mask Mania? Oh, Mask Mania. God, what? This event's trash. This event was terrible. So what is this event? In this community event, we're going to give heisters a chance. It's a 5-day-long event, basically, and the community had to raise a total of $100 billion combined in-game by playing these heists attached to each mask, right? You see here? And, when the event started, they were making no progress whatsoever. For the first, day. For the first 2 days, no progress. Until this green line means they doubled it. And they doubled it twice. They doubled the amount that people got twice. And then people started earning money a lot faster. They're doubling the amount of money you get to get towards that 100 billion, right? And then it started going a lot faster. Okay. But it's still not going to reach there to the end of the event in time. So they double it again. And it's still not going to reach the end of the event in time. And they double it again. And then finally one got, no, sorry, this wasn't a double. They doubled it 3 times, though. They doubled it 3 goddamn times. It took them 3 times to double for it to finally get it right. Poorly thought out. They didn't look into the statistics of how many people were playing the game, and horribly thought out, and they made a whole, like, oh, well, guys, we actually know what went wrong with the event. We had a data hiccup, we didn't show our numbers, we didn't think out the rules properly. The problem was, there's nothing new added to the event. This is previous events. They added, like, gameplay changing stuff. They added, new weapons, a cash blaster, new, outfits, gloves, masks, weapon skins, all free new content. They goal to get stuff, right? They did have the same milestone goals, the end game that people were grinding for. But Mask Mania had none of this. Nothing in game. You're playing the same heist. Nothing changed. Nothing at all. No new content. You're doing a small drop in the bucket, really. Every single time you play in the heist, there's no reason for you to keep playing. Because why would you just keep playing? It doesn't make sense. Anyways, I think I made my point. Anyways, so this is my idea for an event, okay? It's called Robbery Showstoppers. Immediately, right off the rip, you get the mask, okay? And we're grinding for outfits now, okay? So if you play Rock the Cradle, whenever you do, like, whenever you get, like, 50 kills, you move really fast for 1 minute, okay? That you get that disco molly, okay? This one for cut ice. If you get 50 kills, you do double damage, I guess. Let's say. This one right here for shakedown shark. God damn it. You can just point at guards and they'll get down immediately. You don't even have to fight them. You can point at them now. You can dominate an infinite amount of guards. And then lastly here, you take, what's like 70% less damage for a minute. Let's say, okay. Alright, now talking about the soundtrack of Payday 3. Alright, so first off, right off the rip, this is First World Bank. Damn! Goes crazy, right? Alright. Really good, right? And then let's look at what Nervous for the Wicked sounds like. Sorry. It just doesn't sound as good though. The goddamn bass boom, boom, you know, the intenseness is. It doesn't. Also, Rock the Cradle doesn't fit in. It doesn't feel as tailor-made for the heist. The First World Bank soundtrack is an homage to Heat, which is really nice. It feels very inspired. All right, what about Greenbridge? Right? Let's hear what Greenbridge sounds like. It feels very oppressive. Same with the rain and all. It feels very intense. All the bullets flying around. Let's hear what goddamn, what's the name of the heist? Road Rage. Yeah. It doesn't really quite work, I don't think. It just feels kind of random. Alright, well, what about Panic Room? Let's see what Panic Room is like. Panic Room, I really like this one. It starts off like it's very chill and simple, right? It doesn't get very intense, and then the second the heist starts, hold on. The second the heist starts, it goes boom, boom. And then it goes boom, and then it goes layers out. It still has those elements from the beginning, and then it goes crazy. It goes. And then goes crazy. Okay, well let's see what goddamn Touch Sky sounds like, right? Alright, let's see. It sounds the same as Road Rage? It doesn't sound very interesting. It doesn't sound that unique. No, okay, well, okay. What about Diamond Heist? This is gonna be the last example. Diamond Heist. There's alarms going on, right? It sounds very intense. Alarms. It represents the security of the place, right? It feels like a very secure place. It feels very intense. It feels like there's a real police assault going on. You know what you know what's gonna happen. Dirty Ice. It sounds the same as Road Rage and Touch the Sky. It doesn't sound that unique. I made my point. Alright. And also I just want to say lastly, the menu music in Payday 3 sucks. It's annoying. Usually games' menu musics are more like subdued and quiet. Payday 3 is not that. It's very annoying. Alright, the UI in Payday 3. The UI in Payday 3, you can see right here, right? It's supposed to be like kind of minimal. But I believe that there are two ways that the UI could have gone, and you could have had the best of both worlds, really. A cluttered UI that shows you everything you need, or a simple yet stylish UI. Payday 3 is neither. Okay? Like, something like this Call of Duty UI, it shows off your character well, and it has like a decent background. This is what Payday 3 ripped off, by the way. You can see, different game modes you need, everything you need. Payday 3 just has empty space for nothing, and it doesn't look very stylish at all. Compared to Payday 2, which just had the goddamn burning money or character, right? And Payday the Heist, which had the original, the Heat style, and the zombie style, where you could change how it works and customize it, and it's very minimal, and it just oozes style, okay? There's no game modes, okay? Like, you go click on game modes in Payday 3, there are no game modes, okay? Playing online isn't a game mode, playing solo mode isn't a game mode, playing the tutorial is not a goddamn game mode, okay? The UI in Payday 3, getting into a match, I just want to show this off real quick. Quickplay sucks. Downgrade from Payday 2 Quickplay. No, and Payday 2 also had a server browser. Payday the Heist, Payday 3, first playable had a server browser, and the Payday 3 mod I was showing. Okay, yeah. Anyways, I don't mind this UI that much for choosing a heist. I would just make these heists smaller so you can see more in a list similar to Payday the Heist, or some more similar to Payday 2. Anyways, remove this whole wall of text right here. We don't need all this text. And yeah. This skill tree, the skill lines UI is horrible. So like the medic skills are on the top right here, but other skills like Fortitude's at the very bottom. It just feels like all the stealth skills are just scattered everywhere in the skill lines. Payday 2, on the other hand, like, it made sense. You wanted to get armor skills and, like, be tough, go into Enforcer. Shotgun skills, ammo skills, saw skills, armor skills, Enforcer, right? Ghost was stealth, and then Technician, drill skills, body expertise, sentries. It made sense. Payday 3 is just so disorganized and hard to find anything and make a real build. This gun UI right here to see all the guns, this needs to be expanded, okay? In Payday 2, it used up all the space right here. We don't need to see all the guns small. Why? Just use up more screen space, okay? Get rid of the character model. We don't need the character model holding the gun, okay? Get rid of all these presets. We don't need to see these presets. Hide them off into, like, the weapon skins in Payday 2. Or make, like, a presets section like this. Get rid of these weapon bars. These weapon bars are stupid. There's Payday 2 launched with weapon bars, but they immediately removed them. Because no one liked the weapon bars. They just obscure weapon stats, and then they added proper weapon stats less than a year later. Why do we still have weapon bars? Why? Yeah, like, they make no sense. For an example here, you can see, okay, I'm looking at these stats for attachments, right? There's overall recoil, right? There's vertical recoil and vertical gun kick. And there's also horizontal recoil. Why do you need vertical recoil, overall recoil, horizontal recoil, vertical gun kick, overall gun kick, horizontal gun kick? It's just needlessly complicated. Also, like, what does less targeting speed mean? Does that mean it takes a shorter time to ADS? Why isn't it called ADS? Does it take a shorter time to ADS? Or does it take a longer time, the minus meaning worse? Like this barrel extension right here, I have no barrel extension equipped, right? You can see the stats right here, none equipped. With it equipped, I hover over the compensator, and it's telling me, the game's telling me, I get a smidge less recoil than when I equip it. And there's no other upsides. So why would I equip this? Get the hell out of here. I'm recording a video.
47 minutes. Don't you think that's
I'm recording a video.
I'm sorry. Can you like pause it for a second?
No, I
so
can't.
Talk to you and
I
then
can't.
Get the phone
I can't pause
and go get
it.
back
I
up?
can't pause it.
Oh, I apologize.
Anyways, like it's not more complicated to it just more like it's not more complicated if you added the weapon numbers, okay? Would it be complicated to new players? What new players? There are no new players playing the game. To add a more in-depth stats like Phantom Forces and Roblox, a Roblox game, okay? There's a Payday 2 mod that added a crazy amount. Just give the autistic players what they want, okay? There's no other people playing the game other than mega autists anyways, okay? Clean up all these different variations for outfits. We don't need all these. Clean up all these weapon patterns. Clean it up. Give us a goddamn color wheel with different materials. We don't need all these colors. Let us paint whatever part of the gun we want. Remove this vendor section entirely. Remove C-stacks. Why? Can we just remove them? They're just a trash cheap way to get players to return the game, and we don't need a second currency since we already have money, and it just feels like money too. Why do we need C-stacks? This goddamn challenge menu sucks. Let us pause the game and see what challenges we have. Let the challenges level us up mid-game. Well, the challenges are gone already with the progression system update, but I'm just saying, okay? Improve this menu. Payday the Heist had one that, like, it was organized better than Payday the Heist. Payday 3, I mean. And, people used a website to see, what challenges they had. They didn't even use the in-game one. They made a website because the one in-game was so bad. You could sort it from active and completed challenges in Payday the Heist. The Payday 3 challenge UI sucks. The UI in Payday, the HUD in Payday 3 sucks. It just looks so generic, okay? Payday the Heist has just one of the best HUDs in any game, in my opinion. You're able to see each bullet you have in a stylish way. The goddamn character portrait in the bottom left is elite. It's just so good, and it's a great way to see your character's customization, seeing the assault indicator. Payday 2 had an iconic assault indicator that's just removed. Payday 3 is just so generic. The interaction, the circle's gone, the bar's gone, the tab menu is just useless. It shows nothing. Give us a goddamn scoreboard. Let us see what other players on our team have or whatever. The one in Payday 3 just sucks. In general, the HUD in Payday 3 is really bad. The beta HUD had a better HUD than the current HUD we have. Let us see crew stats. In Payday 2 and the Heist, you were able to see who got the most amount of kills on the team, who got the least downs, who did the best. Let us have this. It'd add more teamwork. It'd add a lot to the game. Currently, the challenge summary adds nothing, shows nothing. Make it more like Left 4 Dead, where you have like a moment where you can look back on the game and the progress that happened. Finally, when you're trying to quit the game, make the yes button bigger so it's easier to quit the game. I'm just saying, you know. So these are some concepts for the UI in Payday 3. I'm not going to show them too much. There's some small changes I'd make, but I'm just showing, right? Goddamn people in the community are making way better HUDs than Starbreeze. Alright, now time to talk about the weapons in Payday 3. The weapons in Payday 3 suck. These are all the outclassed and bad guns in the game. There are just so many of them. Some of these guns are like, I'm not saying they're unusable, but why would you use these guns when you can use superior guns in every single way? Statistically, these guns smoke all the other guns. there's just no reason to use these guns. Where you might say, oh, well, these guns are actually more fun to use, and they're fun guns to use, but not really, okay? Looking at this clip here of the LMG from Payday 3, right? I'm not pressing anything right now, okay? This is just easy to control, right? I could shoot in a straight line like this. And also the hip fire's accurate. Not much. It's bad, okay? What does it look like when you're shooting a guard with it, okay? Right? Mask up. Sorry. Boom, boom, boom. Why is the guard just... He's getting tickled. Am I tickling him? What is this trash gun? Right? What about another gun? Okay? Huh? It's trash, okay? This gun's trash. It's a pea shooter. It feels like an airsoft gun. Well, let's see the Payday 2 LMG. This is me trying to control the recoil, okay? And want to see what it looks like when I don't control the recoil? This is it. That's crazy. And Payday 3 has a horizontal recoil stat when customizing your guns. This gun is a goddamn beast. The sound effect is way more impressive. It feels like a real gun, you know? Like, you're... Hold on. Alright, showing off this clip here, right? I go, pull out the LMG. It one-shots a basic guard, okay? That guard spotted me, so he didn't have the, like, stealth thing. And look, one-shots again, okay? And looking at it right here, this is a one-shot headshot against a Murky, and this shreds the Murky immediately full auto. Shreds him, and look at this goddamn ragdoll. Payday 3 doesn't have that. So, like, in Payday 2, the gun feels like a real danger and a threat, not only to the enemy, but to you. You're fighting the gun, and they're fighting you with the gun. You know, it feels like it's going both ways. It's more engaging and fun to use for the player. Payday 3 is boring, and most guns in Payday 3 are like this. Basically all, really. The Payday 3, it feels like a headshot simulator. It's dumb. Why would you use a full auto gun like that LMG when you could use the Scar or the G3? Because the G3 takes 0 seconds time to kill. All you have to do is hit one headshot and you can go do on a million different enemies. Same thing with the DMR. Revolver G3 right? So why would you use a gun that takes like 0.5 seconds to kill an enemy with when you can just kill him instantly with a different gun? Making all these guns down here useless. Even like a gun like that is a one shot, like the sniper, the pump shotgun. Why would you use a pump shotgun when you have to pump each time? So you go when in the same time you can go right? And when you factor in an ammo funnel, you don't even have to reload. You just go It's a goddamn aim trainer. You're not thinking. It's mindless. It's the same as scrolling on any other app. Sure, the ammo funnel's fun with the Moscone, but goddamn, they gutted the Moscone anyways. Like, look. Oh, sorry. Alright, look at this. Look at the Moscone in Payday 2. Oh, damn! Look at that, okay? Does that not get you excited? Alright, now look at the Moscone in Payday 3. So, I go here to this guard and get ready. Where's your goddamn impact? Where's the satisfying ragdoll? It doesn't have to be goddamn Django Unchained, but like, this gun is trash. It's not fun to use. It's like a decently statistically. And the gore in Payday 3 is just trash. There's no blood and gore. Like, I'm shooting him. Nothing's happening. And look, when you shoot a guard, they drop like what is this? What is this? Give him a goddamn squib at least. They forgot to get this game's budget so low the guards don't even have squibs. What is that? What is that? Puff of smoke? Huh? Payday 2 also had more weapon variety than Payday 3. Payday 3 doesn't have akimbos. Payday 3 doesn't have akimbo pistols, akimbo SMGs, akimbo shotguns. And Payday 2, the SMGs were secondaries. Why can't the Ziv be an SMG? I mean, a secondary. Lord knows it's worse than some pistols in Payday 3. It's such a bad gun. We lost some specials like the grenade launchers, flamethrowers, minigun, crossbow, saw. Shotguns were secondaries. Like pistol, crossbow, rocket launcher. Even the pistols. Just looking at the pistols alone had more variety. Okay, I'm not even saying different weapon categories altogether. The Gruber Curtis was a good stealth pistol. This could shoot through shields. This had an underbarrel. This was a full auto Glock. This was a Deagle. Which this could also be a stand-in for a revolver. Payday 2 also had revolvers, right? This was like a shotgun pistol. This was a cool burst damage crossbow pistol. And like this is a good semi-auto pistol, right? Good DPS spammable pistol. All these pistols in Payday 3 play the exact same. They all play the same. They're all the same gun. Basically, all these SMGs are the same. All these rifles are the same. These two revolvers, they play the same, except the Bison's just better. I can give like an exception here with the Moscone and this revolver is really good. I like this one a lot. Good job, Starbreeze. You did a great job. I just wish it had gore, you know? But the gun's good. And all these play the same. There's just not there's more variety within these pistols alone than all these different weapon categories right here. Alright, and Payday 3 also has terrible attachments. These are two of the same guns with different attachments and a skin, to be fair, right? This could be used on stealth, right? This might be your stealth locomotive, and this might be your loud locomotive. And you might have goddamn fire rounds on it. You might be shooting flames, you know? Incendiary rounds. Payday 3 doesn't have that. A reticle. DMR kit, you can make your gun into a DMR, you can put a drum mag on it, you could make a short minigun, put a bayonet on a musket, to be fair, but anyways, all the cool attachments are gone, and the attachments barely affect gameplay. Payday 2, these attachments were vital for your builds. They made a big difference. The weapons also just have a confusing naming scheme. I don't know why. The SP Model 11? Why call it the SP Model 11? It's a Payday version of M1911. But in Payday the Heist and Payday 2, it was called the Crosskill. So why would they change it from the Crosskill to the SP Model 11 when it's the same gun? But in the same game, they kept the name of the Signature 40. It's called the Signature 40 still. This is the Signature 40 in Payday 2. Signature 40 in Payday 3. Same gun, same name. So why couldn't they done that to the Crosskill? But they also made a Signature 403, which is a completely different gun from the Signature 40. Confusing naming. And then there's a Reinfeld Sniper. Reinfeld Sniper and a Reinfeld Shotgun. And there's a Reinfeld Shotgun in Payday 2. And there's a Reinfeld Shotgun in Payday 3. But why is there a sniper sharing the same name with a gun from a completely different weapon class? It doesn't make sense at all. So there's not much to say about the overkill weapons other than the fact they suck. The sniper is way stronger than the grenade launcher, which does more damage to yourself than to your enemies, and without perk investment, it's useless. The sniper, boom, boom, dozer, dead. It's way too OP. No melee weapons. Starbreeze's last game had an emphasis on melee weapons. What happened, man? Like, what? Did that game flop or something? I don't know. Melee weapons were a super popular playstyle in Payday 2 that people loved. And they could have easily doubled down on it, but instead they removed it from the game for some reason. Let us just go ham with the chainsaw. Give us more novelty melee weapons. Like, let the microphone, like, work. You hold up the microphone. Hey, the microphone. I'm using my phone to record this. So you put the microphone, you hold out the microphone, and it makes the voice wheel louder. How am I doing on the recording, guys? Let me know. Been currently recording for an hour and 15 minutes. Let us go dual wield on the knife for a flurry of blade attack. Let's block damage or shield. Let us pay off cops with a money bundle. You know, like. As a way to dominate cops, like, to make them hostages. Leaning would be a good mechanic and a good way, to get players out of cover in general, moving around the map. It would be more engaging, trying to mitigate damage if you, by, like, leaning around, and it's a good way to encourage players to move and get out of cover, you know? Because, yeah. The problem is, if you want to go somewhere, you expose yourself, right? But if you could peek the corner, no one's there, and then the next corner you're going to go around, you can peek that, no one's there, no one's there. Make it more tactical. It would work on higher difficulties, not lower difficulties where it's lower stakes. I believe the reason why people think Payday 3 has great gunplay is because Payday fans were starved for some good shooting. They've been playing Payday 2 for the last 10 years, which had average gunplay in 2013. Payday 3 compared to other games today is also average, similar to how Payday 2 was average back then. You know? Payday 3 gunplay, it's not very great in my opinion. Compared to Modern Warfare 2019, Insurgency Sandstorm, Metro Exodus, Rainbow Six Siege, Battlefield 5. Alright. Currently in Payday 3, the armor system encourages hiding behind cover because the enemies will just run up on you one by one, throwing themselves at you until they die and die and die, right? While you're waiting for something. They're not smart. They'll just go to die, you know? They're feeding you. My idea, right, is have enemies camp you outside of cover, right? And then they'll have different ways for them to flush you out of cover, right? So they'll camp out. And then shields might move up on you, and enemies will move up with the shields to flush you out of cover. A dozer will flush you out, and also make them more of like a threat, and like make it so if they come at you, like you're really screwed, and it requires all 4 players to kill. Have the nader gas you out. Have enemies pile up on on objectives when you're gone from the objective. Have enemies go around the map and move up in groups to make it harder to go around the map alone, so you need to be around your team. Have enemies move up behind shields. Have enemies flank you if you're behind cover. Why make these changes? Well, it decentralizes hiding behind cover. It synergizes well with the current armor system of the game because you can't hide behind cover anymore, and enemies are constantly engaging with you. And if you've seen the movie Heat, you know how stressful it is to be constantly out in the open. Any bullet could do a crazy amount of damage to you. Well, not like one bullet's going to take off a chunk, but you're constantly taking damage, and you're constantly on edge, and you're constantly obsessing over every little bit of damage, micromanaging your armor, and it makes specials intimidating, because one special could completely just remove your armor and make the gameplay a lot more engaging. And I think it synergized well with the armor system. It also encouraged team play, and it'd make overkill weapons more powerful, because if you're moving up alone, you can deal with enemies easier. And those enemies would have posed a great threat without the overkill weapon. Also, add friendly fire. Just add it. This is unrelated to the stuff I was talking about with the AI. Add friendly fire. It's good. Anyways, this is all theory crafting, and I couldn't tell you if these changes would make the game better or worse, but I believe that these changes could potentially make the game better. Alright, now I'm going to compare the specials from Payday the Heist to the specials in Payday 3 and explain why the specials in Payday 3 feel like a step down in some ways. I'll start off positive. The dozers in Payday the Heist were a real threat to steer clear of unless you had the weaponry to dispatch of them, which would be like the AK. And you'd whittle them down while running away, and it'd be like a game of cat and mouse. In Payday 3, they dish out tons of damage and tank just as much damage. My problem with them is that their AI is dumb, and they'll just walk around like in the middle of nowhere, and you can just like until they die, and they won't even have an opportunity to shoot at you. So, if they made their spawns better, so they spawned in places closer to you, so they can't be sniped off immediately, then I think that'd be a great improvement. Also, bulldozers, I think they could tune them up a little, make them more tough. Shields also don't... shields in Payday, the Heist, in Payday 2, require team play or tools like a grenade launcher, grenades, shock and awe, which required perk investment. Payday 3, they're a joke. You just shoot through that window. There's no strategy going against them. There's no different tools you can use to kill them. Grenades, sure, but you don't want to use many of them. There's no team play fighting them. They could be replaced with any other enemy, and the game wouldn't be better or the game wouldn't be worse. It could just be removed out of the game. In Payday the Heist, the taser will incapacitate you, and you need your team to be helping you out. First of all, the name change sucks. Zapper? Really? Anyways, the taser is the same as all the other cops. It rarely ever tases you. The time it takes for it to spot you and then tase you is way too long. And it rarely impedes you because you can either shoot it before it tases you, or your teammates can easily dispatch them and they don't become a problem. They have bad positioning. They run along with the rest of the other enemies, ready to just be shot. They'll run into you one by one, right? The tasers, if anything, are more of a blessing than a curse, because you can just shoot their shock pack, and it'll help you in combat, because it'll tase all the other cops. The nader has the exact same issues as the taser, except it uses... It's easier to... Same things... it feels less of a threat as well. I don't know. It's trash. I already explained why the techie sucks in my previously in the armor section of the video, right? Cloakers will down you and keep you on edge in Payday the Heist, and it requires team play. It it encourages team play for you to move up with your team. Because if you don't move up with your team, a cloaker could kill you, right? So you should be with your team. The cloaker in Payday 3, on the other hand, feels like a massive step down. Every time a cloaker gets you, it just kind of feels unfair. A cloaker can spawn in the same room you're cleaning jewelry in dirty ice. So what happens is you're just sitting there playing the heist, cleaning jewelry, and a cloaker will just spawn 2 feet in front of you. You get downed immediately. There's nothing you can do about it. It feels unfair. The cloakers barely make any audio, so you can't listen for them. Cloakers, after downing you, will run around the map and down other teammates. So you can go, you could just shoot off the cloaker when they're beating down your teammate, and they'll just get up immediately. They don't have a cool sound effect when running after you. And when they do down you, they scratch like a cat, and they barely do any damage, so you're not even worried about, like, your team. It makes it less engaging. I have no complaints about the sniper in Payday 3, except I feel for the console players who can't aim and hit the snipers because of the controller dead zones. The specials in Payday 3, except for the dozer, don't add anything to the game, and specials like the techie just make the game worse, especially when compared to Payday the Heist in 2. Edge, Rush, and Grit are buffs that are only activated by skills, and they're required for a lot of the skills in the game to work. Some skills give you them, some skills use them, and other skills transfer them to different buffs. Now that I explained that, skill lines in Payday 3 are horrible and prevent important skills from being added. As an example, in Payday 2, you need the perk Iron Man to unlock the strongest armor in the game. Not actually, but like, depends. It's an armor that you might want to use in a lot of your builds, right? And this requires an investment of at least 28 skill points, and you may need further investment into other skill points or into a whole perk deck to improve the skill that you just unlocked, but it'll drastically change how you play the game, and it feels very fun to use and rewarding when you make a really good build. In Payday 3, everything, you could get any skill in the game with a minimum of 2 skill points. 2. You just put in 2 skill points. Since every skill in the game requires the same amount of skill points, they all must be equally balanced, because if one skill is just way better than the other, you'll use that one, and and you won't even have to think about it. If one skill is bad, then you just won't get it, and you won't have to think about that either. Because of what I said, not only did we lose gameplay changing skills, we also lost perk decks too. And nothing replaced the perk decks. We lost them, and there's nothing replacing them, which further lowers the build variety. Alright, so this skill, why would you get move and cover? Why would you get edge to then make it into grit when you could just use Enforcer to get grit immediately? Why would this skill require rush? Would it really break the game to bag things 50% faster without it? Why am I constantly micromanaging edge, grit, and rush? It feels like a chore and breaks down the game's pacing even more than the armor system. You're very likely to make a build that relies on edge, and if you're like, let's say you reload, you ADS, not reload, you'll lose all your all the skills that you made for your build, right? So you'll lose your replenish, your ammo funnel, your precision shot, restricting your playstyle. That means you're gonna spend the entire game not ADSing and just hip firing, and it just restricts your playstyle even further. And then there's the most useless skills in Payday 3 that are just baffling. Brutal carry? What even is this skill? As long as you have grit, any civilian or employee who sees you carrying a body will immediately become intimidated. Firstly, where do you get grit and stealth? The hyper-specific scenario for you to activate this skill in stealth to begin with is just insane. So for you to activate Brutal Carry, you gotta ace CQC Specialist so you can get a takedown and pick up a guard. And now that you have grit, because you took down a guard and you're picking them up. You're carrying a body right now, right? So now you gotta get spotted. So now you're spotted by a civilian and they get down, okay? Why not just shoot at the civs? You can shoot while you're carrying a body, right? Oh, well, you can just drop the body for a second and tell the civs to get down. And even with this skill, guards are probably just going to roll, with or without the skill, the guards are going to roll around and see the dead civs anyways, most likely. It's just so useless. Why ace Infiltrator when you can ace Assassin, right? Why go through the effort of getting grit and compromising yourself in the middle of gunfight, taking damage, just so you can slide into an enemy and stagger them, when you could just one-tap them with any rifle or use heavy hipfire to stagger them with one bullet? And you don't lose your grit. And grit's harder to come by than edge. The new skill lines just feel like power creep that are designed to fix the game's the base game's issues instead of ruin the game. The new skill lines that are added to the game are designed to fix the base game issues, but instead they feel like power creep. Instead of fixing the base game's issues, they break the game's balance. The money in No Rest for the Wicked is meant to be done with a 4-man team, right? You're supposed to move it in 2 bag trips. All the money, you're supposed to move it in 2 trips, not 1 trip, right? It makes No Rest for the Wicked so much easier. It makes getting the thermite on No Rest for the Wicked so much easier. It makes moving the bags so much easier, all for 2 skills. What happened to attrition? Why add Assassin's Medal? Did you change your mind already? Attrition? This is just OP. There are just so many overpowered skills in the game, and there's no reason not to take these skills because they only require 2 skill points. You don't even have to think about which skills you want to pick, because I promise you, you'll have enough skill points to pick out all the OP skills you want. Meaning everybody's builds are gonna be the same, more or less. There's no decision making, sacrificing a skill and weighing your options, which one should I pick, like Payday 2. None of that. You could get whatever you want. And Starbreeze, in their infinite wisdom, decides to nerf one of these skills. They were planning on reworking Ammo Funnel into a useless skill that no one would use, and add in 2 other useless skills no one would use, and was still gonna get them, and no one's gonna use them. It doesn't make sense. And there's, all these other skills that are also overpowered, plus other overpowered skills I haven't shown. This nerf makes no sense. You have to rework all the other skills. You could either, you could buff all the bad skills, right? Because there's infinite amount of useless skills. Battering ram, run into doors, right? So many of these skills are useless. Buff these instead of nerfing the good skills. And lastly, why do we have to research skills? Make it like Payday 2. Let us equip anything we want with our skill points. Alright. I'm putting strain on my voice now. Alright, I'm gonna preface this segment of the video by saying I was never a stealth fan in Payday 2 and Payday 3. That being said, Payday 3 stealth is a missed opportunity, in my opinion. Firstly, make the difficulties harder, okay? Normal mode and overkill are the same, except there's modifiers and more guards added. Do more than adding more guards. Add drones, obstacles like a metal detector, more laser courses, make them harder. Add those security codes when you enter a room and you have to it's time. There's an alarm's gonna go off and you have to go dun, 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 to turn off the alarm to make a timed stealth course. Give us more objectives and on harder difficulties. Make it like Perfect Dark or GoldenEye, where you got easy mode, you have easy objectives. Save the negotiator, activate wind generator, rescue Carrington. But on the hardest difficulty are eliminate rooftop snipers, activate wind generator, locate and eliminate Data-Dyne hackers, capture Data-Dyne guard, rescue Carrington. Give us challenges to get good ratings on our heist. Time us. Did we complete the side objectives? Who did we kill? Who did we kill? Did we get all the loot? This kind of stuff would add more replayability and strategy and just encourage us to think more during our heists. Because each heist plays the same. You wait for a guard to move, and then you hold our F on an objective, wait for a guard to move, next objective, wait for a guard to move. It's just, once you've played one stealth heist, you've played them all, really. No Rest for the Wicked is the best stealth heist in the game because moving the manager requires thought. You need to think about when the lead guard's going to be where and when, and you need to get the right guard pattern to move the manager down into the vault. Stealth games, in my opinion, have always been strategy adjacent. You set off you're set off in an area, and your goal is to complete the objectives you're given, and there's obstacles in the way. The path you choose to get around the obstacles, what shoes you use to get around them, what tools you use, right? Are there any rules or anything that prevents you from using one tactic, or forces you to use one, or doesn't allow one tactic? You're constantly thinking, you're strategizing how you want to go about it. It's up to you, right? Payday 3 stealth has no strategy or thought. You can force any stealth heist just by going at it again and again until you beat it. You can first try any stealth heist in the game easily on overkill if you're patient enough. You don't even need a stealth build. You can just use a loud build and it's still easy. This guy made a whole compilation of oblivious guard moments of the guards being stupid in Payday 3. Look at this.
Watch the guard.
So, thank you to Square Rabbit for releasing this video. They call him the lead guard because he has lead poisoning. That's a good one. I like it. Good video. Good job. That's all the tabs. All right. There's no replayability, and if you're a stealth player, you're going to be playing the same heist again and again and again the same way. There's no different tools to go about the stealth heist in a sandbox element like Metal Gear Solid 5. There's no rating system. You don't have to strategize in any way. Add back pre-planning. Why isn't there pre-planning? Give us immersive sim elements on our heists. Let us hack more things on our phone like Watch Dogs. Let us use the saw on more things. Give these tools the ECM jammer, infrasonic mine, all the gadgets. Give them more uses. Give us different ways to complete an objective. Like you can either guess the code, or you could get the manager to scan the door so you can get the code yourself. Although this is a bad example, this kind of idea where you could go about an objective in multiple different ways would benefit the game greatly. What happened to non-linear objectives? Hostile Takeover and Black Cat had them. Let us go about heists in completely different ways. Let us sleeping gas the bank, or take over the lobby like heist movies, and give their shutters some use. Give us aggressive stealth heists like Scarface Mansion or Firestarter. Let us hide in crowds like in Rock the Cradle, like Hitman. Well, first for you to do that, you'd have to make the heist bigger and add more civilians, but you know. What if there was a stealth heist in the Payday safe house, in the gang safe house, where the police are raiding and you have to sneak out and stealth around them? So it's a stealth heist where the enemies could be searching for you and their AI pathing could be different, and they're constant. You have to outmaneuver them and think and strategize ways to distract them and get around to do your objectives. Let us poison guards, trank them. Let us use EMPs on stuff. You get the idea. Just give the goddamn trank and the poison like a practical use, because guard takedowns are useless. If you can just shoot the guards, there's no reason for you to do a guard takedown. Give us a reason to do takedowns. Add leaning to the game. There's a Roblox game called Entry Point, Payday 3. There's a Roblox game called Entry Point that Payday 3 could learn from. I'm going to show off a clip real quick. Where is it? I didn't download the goddamn clip. God damn it, man. I'm going to explain what happened in the clip. You can either, this guy, there's an objective to kill him, right? You can either kill him or extract him. If you extract him, you get a bonus. So you ideally want to extract him, but if you can't for whatever reason, you can kill him. It's an option. But if the alarm goes off, the guy will start panicking and he'll run into a vault where you have an extra objective to go get through into the vault to kill or capture him, right? Payday 3 would never. One mission has heat sensors in the vault. You can either destroy a transformer to make them reboot, or you can drill the lines to permanently disable them. And in that same mission, in Loud, it lets you either burn in with thermite, or with some skills, hack the system to reactivate the keypad. One mission has you rescue a VIP, but if it goes loud before you get to her, she's executed, which makes the second half, where you hack a computer in the heist, slower. One mission literally has you posing as a VIP to get to the vault with the manager for stealth, and the whole stealth thing is doing work so you can sneak a gun into the vault area, which you don't have to do, but it makes it so when you get the gun into the vault area, it makes a heist easier. Payday 3 stealth is unremarkable and feels like a tacked on feature. Once you've played one stealth heist, you've played them all. Alright, this video's getting long and we're finally making some progress on wrapping this thing up. Alright, lightning round. That feeling when you throw a bag into the escape and you see the loot secured pop up is a big part of the gameplay loop of Payday. The immediate feedback was super satisfying, but securing loot in Payday 3 feels like an objective instead of a reward. These legacy heists suck and somehow are worse, are the worst heists in the game. Also, side note, keep your expectations really low on seeing any larger and, any large heist added to Payday 3 as a legacy heist, so don't expect Toxin Breakout or, the heist I mentioned earlier, because of the armor system. The mirrors don't work, no more naming guns. Stealth and loud modifiers are terrible and make the game worse. We lost crew AI and the ability to turn them off during heists. The team AI can't revive each other and can't do objectives. No more dominating guards without skills and no converts. If a civilian gets freed from being cable tied, they're unkillable and you can't interact with them anymore. They removed being able to switch between semi-auto and full auto, which was good for DMRs. Heisters' faces were changed. Toxton looks really bad. They replaced Wolf voice actor from Ulf Anderson, which makes sense why Ulf couldn't return, but the new one sucks. In my opinion, no disrespect to the voice actor, but I think the new one sucks. Ammo bags suck because the ammo pickup is way too strong. The sentries also suck because you don't have to micromanage them anymore, meaning you just place them down and they do everything for you, making the game a lot less engaging. No more helmets, hats, glasses, masks with special effects, like the night vision goggles or mega masks. Lack of patterns, there were a ton of them in Payday 2, and they're super easy to develop. I don't know what Starbreeze was doing. No more player stats segment like FBI files or the Steam stats segment for Payday the Heist. Can't switch what track you want to listen to during a heist or in the main menu. You need perks for marking multiple guards, which is dumb. Window shutters don't work. Let us interact with civilians during the heist to let them open doors or let them do something instead of just being an NPC. No more saws and no more C4. You can't interact with ATMs anymore. No more safe house. The FBI van is a joke. Explosives don't do team damage. You remove the grain filter. It makes the game so much uglier. Holy Christ. Give us a photo mode. Fix the gun light on the SIG-40. The AI are dumb. DLC is overpriced. Houston is wearing Yeezy slides in jail in the new Houston Breakout trailer. And now watch me uninstall Payday 3. Payday 3. Uninstall. Alright. I got banned from the Payday 3 Collector's Edition Discord server for talking about the leaked build of Overkill's The Walking Dead, and that it's available online and how easy it is to pirate. But I never told anyone how to pirate it because pirating is illegal and very bad. Archive.org has been very helpful to this video, so thank you so much. Anyways, Overkill's The Walking Dead is a bad game, and piracy of it is morally okay. but I don't condone piracy. I just want to say, Danny, you're a Starbreeze bootlicker that nobody likes. I hope you find a new place to moderate, like Reddit or something. And, Nixie, I'd make fun of you for being a grown-ass man with a wife, and yet you still suck on mommy Starbreeze's teats. But I don't have to, since your profile picture is a Discord profile picture, and you bought an $8, cat Discord avatar decoration. You, Payday Dallas, I want to see your Payday 3 analysis video go up. Go and tell the audience, oh, well, Payday 3 is actually good because, you wouldn't want a Payday 2 remake because, people just want Payday 2 in Unreal Engine, and, actually, they would just be the same game, and the change is actually good. So, screw you all, my Payday 3 Collector's Edition, right? Here's the disc for it. Watch me do a little thing, okay? Okay, hold on. I hope I don't want to cut myself. God damn. Hold on. Wait 1 second. Dude, what the hell is this made out of? Dude, what the hell? Oh my god. Okay, never mind. The heist in Payday 3 suck, the characters in Payday 3 suck, the story in Payday 3 sucks, the progression in Payday 3 sucks, the armor system in Payday 3 sucks, the soundtrack in Payday 3 sucks, the UI in Payday 3 sucks, the skills in Payday 3 suck, the guns in Payday 3 suck, the stealth in Payday 3 sucks, Starbreeze sucks, Payday 3 is gonna die. This is my first YouTube video I've ever really put much effort into, so thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you want more videos like this unrelated to Payday. I might make a video on Payday the Heist one day, but not anytime soon. I did this all in one take. I did it in one take. Alright, let's go. This is probably my thumbnail. I don't know. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Take care.